And we're going to start with these little guys. Being small and compact make them one of my favorites in the kitchen. But there are some differences, and some of those differences can make a recipe so much easier. Notice my mini dash is the grill version, and here's the nostalgia. Notice it has the smooth pancake pattern. Now both of them are great, but my go-to is the nostalgia. There's a very useful thing on the nostalgia that is left off of the mini dash. Notice that I have two handles to grasp here. And now look at the mini dash. It's missing that lower handle. This makes it so much easier to burn your hands. Now I developed this recipe in 2022, and while it looks a little different, it's the same. I just used a white onion. But now let me show you how to make this amazing onion ring. First, we'll need a food processor. Then we'll need some pork rind crumbs or pork panko. Now Pork's brand is definitely my go-to rind crumb. And it's not just that they taste better, they have better texture. And guys, yes, texture matters. Just like in my new Keto Carnivore tortilla recipe. Notice the pork panko brand. It clumps together. It is way too oil saturated to sift properly, which causes problems in some of my recipes. On the other hand, look at the porks, how dry they are, and how they just flow in the container. Not to mention, they have a cool lid, but that's beside the point. Now we'll need some cheese, and for best results, use this mozzarella provolone blend. Add 1/3 cup cheese, followed by 1/3 cup pork crumbs. Now use the burst method on your food processor until you reach this consistency. It's very important not to overmix. Now in your preheated mini grill, you're going to go ahead and add those crumbs we just mixed up. Now there's no exact amount here. Just go ahead and continue to add the crumb mixture until you reach a nice thin consistency across the whole base of the grill. Then you're going to add some Munster cheese. Now notice the corners here would actually make a mess, so we want to get those trimmed. Then set it over the mixture. Now you want to close this up because we want this to melt just a little bit, just enough to hold those onions in place. Now as far as the onions are concerned, you want to cut them to where you can break them apart like this. And you're going to skip layers so that you have space for the crumbs. Now notice here, I actually got a yellow onion. Don't make the mistake I did. Make sure to get white onions. Now with that cheese softened, we're going to go ahead and add our onion. Now be very cautious at this point when adding the onions because remember, this grill is hot. Also, make sure to center them the best you can. Doing this will allow those crumbs to fall down evenly between each layer of onion. You may also notice this one's not as nice as my 2020 edition, so make sure to use white onions. Now it's time to add the rest of that crumb mixture to the top. Now try not to make a mess like I did. Just put it on a little at a time and push it down in between the cracks. Then add your cheese and close it up. Carefully squeeze it. If you added too much like I did here, cook it until golden brown, remove and let cool. Don't forget to comment, count me in the comments below to be entered in the drawing. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.